Hello, my name is Michael Roble. I have spent 30 years in the industry working for every business unit from municipal to steel mills to oil and gas, and these videos are my way to show people of various levels how to use Revit and even toss in lessons learned from projects over the years. With that said, let's get to it. In this section here, we're going to talk about the modifications you can make to the walls from within the wall type itself. Things like split regions, wall sweeps, wall reveals. If you click on this wall and then go to Edit Type, you have under the construction side section, you have a structure and you can hit Edit. Now, these here set all your layers for whatever you need. But if you look down here, you'll see where it says Modify Vertical Structure Section Preview Only. You cannot mess with these until you can see your sectional preview. To get that, you toggle on the preview and then set that from floor plan to section. And now it enables the access to these. So what I want to do here is I want to put an area of soldier coursing. Right. Now there's more than one way of putting soldier coursing. You can use the sweeps to do it, or you can use a split region. You can pick whichever way you want. This is one way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the first one here, the item number 1, and I'm going to hit Insert. And what it does is it'll put a new one at 1. And what I want to do is I want to go here and I want to make sure that this matches what number 2 has. So I want to set this here for Finish 1. And I want to set the priority to match and be 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a different material to it. I want to use the soldier coursing. And what I did for the soldier coursing was I made the hatch pattern vertical. So now I want to hit OK. Notice there's no thickness on this yet, and that's fine. So now what I need to do is I need to go to Split Region. And now if I go here and I pick this line on the outside, you can see it will turn blue, and if I click OK, it's going to put a separation. Now I can go here and pick another one. Well, we'll do this first, right? I want to hit Modify, and now if I click on this, I can say I want this to be 4 feet. I want to hit another split region and go up to here, and now what I want to do is I want to hit Modify, and I want to pick this line, and I want to set this for 2 feet, right? So now what I want to do is I want to highlight this new soldier coursing, and I want to say Assign Layers, and I want to pick this. And what it's going to do is it's going to turn it into the soldier coursing. So now if I was to hit OK, and you can see what happened is it added the soldier coursing 4 feet from the bottom for a height of 2 feet, and then the remainder. So now if you want to undo this, right, I mean obviously you can undo, but to show you how to use the merge regions, we can go this route. You hit Edit Type, you go back into where you went before. If you were to go over into here, and now if you say Merge Regions, you can hit this line here, and you can pick this line here. But as you can see, what happened was the soldier coursing kind of consumed all of it. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the brick layer, and I'm going to say Assign Layers, and now I'm going to pick here, and that changes it. Now you have to delete this because it will not allow anything other than a membrane layer to be a 0 thickness. So you would have to hit Delete, and then you hit OK, you hit OK, and now you're back to where you were. Now you can add the soldier coursing through a wall sweep also. If we grab the wall type, hit Edit Type, go back under the Edit, you still have this open, so what you can do is you can say Sweep. Now a sweep will add geometry to your wall. Reveals will remove geometry from your wall. So we go to Sweeps. Now what happens is you get this dialog box here, and as you can see there's no sweeps applied to here. So what you have to do is you have to hit Add. Now you have to add a profile to this. You can either have one that's already on your project, Or if it's not on your project, you can load it by using this button here and browsing to the profile. If you have to create a custom profile, just note that you have to set the usage for that profile to either wall sweep or generic, or it will not show up here. And as you can see, if you click on here, there's some that you can see in here for various reasons. They're probably set for generic and they're not really meant for wall sweeps. But if you go down here, here's where they're named. You know, these are the wall sweep ones. So we're going to go with the Soldier Course 3 bricks. I want to go and I want to grab this and I want to apply that material to it. And right here is where I can set the distance. And the distance is dependent on what you set the from. So if I want to set it for 4 feet from the base, that's all I need to do. If you can even make it go 4 feet from the top if you wanted to. It's all on whatever you need. Now you've got parallel to ground or perpendicular to face. This is really only applicable if your wall is sloped. Like if your wall is sloped or tapered, by being parallel to ground means your sweep will always be parallel to the bottom of the wall. If you say perpendicular face, then it's going to follow that slope and be angled. So in this case, we have a flat wall, a vertical wall, so we're going to leave it perpendicular to face. This here tells you which side do you want it to be on, interior or exterior. This one here gives an offset. And by putting the offset, giving it a number, it'll offset it from the wall. So the offset is for how far off the wall you want it to be or how far into the wall you want it to be. And that is done with positive or negative numbers. There's a flip where if you hit flip, it'll mirror your profile from bottom to top. There's a setback here, which means that if you were to have a door in your wall, you can give it a setback of how far away from that door you want your sweep to go. It'll stop, that far away from the door or the window. This here means that your sweep will actually cut into your wall. So if you were to put these blocks into here and they're digging into the wall by 2 inches, what it'll do is it'll cut the wall, which means you won't have an overlap. It'll appear proper. Cuttable means that if you are to use a void family in your project and you cut your wall, it'll also cut your sweep also. It'll respect the void. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and set this here for like 2 inches. Well, let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it 6 inches, right? This is the setback off of a wall. And we're going to hit OK. Now, as you can see, what's happening is you've got this thing in here. But it's set for no setback and no offset inward, and it doesn't need to cut anything. So we're going to go in there and tweak that a smidge. I want to go in here and I want to offset this by 1 inch. And we're going to hit apply. And now as you can see, it'll cope into here. And we're going to hit OK. And now as you can see, because it's set for cutting, it actually copes out the wall there. So we're going to go with this for right now. And now once you hit OK, 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 now you can see there is your soldier coursing. Now to illustrate what happens with that door is if I was to go and place a door in here and I click OK, you could see this stopped about 6 inches away from the rough opening of the door. If you were to click on this wall, edit type, you go to your sweep and you were to set this here for, let's make it like 2 feet. pulls this out that much further. Now we're going to add a reveal to this wall. It's very similar to the sweep, but there's some differences that you'll see here real shortly. You go to Edit Type, you go to Edit, and you go down here to Reveals. Same dialog box as sweep, just with less options. You hit Add, and now you pick a profile. Now, just like for sweeps, you have to have the usage set for sweeps or generic, or it will not show up in this pull down. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to grab Reveal Brick Course, 1 brick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to be from the top, right? And because we're going from the top, I have to give this a negative number. I want to say minus 2 feet, right? We'll leave perpendicular of face alone. We want this on the exterior. Now we have an offset. So what I'm going to do, and this is something you got to keep in mind too, is when you're doing a reveal, a negative number takes it out from the outside face of the wall, and a positive number takes it into the wall. When it's a sweep, it's the other way around. The negative 2 inch will take it into the wall. 2 inches will take it away from the wall, out. So what I got to do here is I got to hit a positive 2 inches, and we're not going to flip it. We're not going to set a setback off the doors or anything like that. And now we're just going to hit OK. And now we hit OK. And now we hit OK. And now as you can see, it put a reveal in the wall right where I needed it. You can also use wall sweeps and wall reveals external to the wall also. Very common to use when it's concrete construction. So if I was to go here to, let's go to structural, and if you go to wall, you can see you can add a sweep or a reveal here. And these are exterior to the wall type. So if I was to go put a sweep, a very common situation here for a wall sweep is that you can put a corbel somewhere. So what I do is I create a wall sweep type called corbel, and I apply a corbel profile to it, right? And I assign a material to it. Now what happens is if I click on this little corner, you can see up here the blue line, the little blue hidden line. If you click on that, then click on that again, it actually adds the corbel to this. Now, of course, if you want it to be clean, you can hit join, you can pick the wall, you can pick the corbel, and then it just looks like mass concrete here. As for a reveal, a very common common method for using these is if you were to go to wall and you hit wall reveal, right? You can make a type, you can give it whatever. I'm going to give it a chamfer. So you can create a profile with a chamfer, and now if you click on, you have to be facing the corner you're looking at. If you were to pick this, same thing. If you pick here and then pick there again, it will sit there and chamfer off your wall based on what you need. You can create a profile that's parametric, and then you can make a new type and new types of profiles with different distances, and you can do all kinds of stuff with it at that point. Thank you for watching my video. Be sure to like and subscribe. There'll be a lot more videos coming.